Hi. Psychic Frank's Mystery School Supplement. Supplement. I think I did the best show of my life. It's up there, February 5th, 6th. I finally connected for a puzzle, for a 10-year puzzle. And it has to do with Bayvac. I thought it was just Bayvac, SF Commons, and Comcast. Now we got Disney, Channel 7, City Hall. I realized there's this revolving door that when uh, Bayvec got rid of the 4 years of corporate terrorism, whatever you want to call it, City Hall hired these people. And I didn't figure that out. It's funny when something's right in front of your face, you just don't want to see it because the implications of that being true is just so overwhelming. It blows your mind. So yeah, so it knocked me for a loop. But Dale Carnegie said, "Keep on trying when there seems to be no hope at all." Here I am, this little pissant guy here in SF Commons. It's like hunters. It's a slow bleed. They didn't just kill us. They just did the next best thing. Stop tagging our shows. And then it's like, let them bleed out. It'll take around 10, 11 years. But eventually we'll get Channel 76 and Channel 29 all to ourselves and more money for us. That's, I guess, the Comcast people there. Trying, keep on trying. Yeah. I don't like the word trying. So keep on when there seems to be no hope at all to accomplish things. Mark Twain said, "It ain't what you don't know that gets you in trouble, it's what you know for sure that just ain't so." And then Winston Churchill said, "The pessimist sees difficulties in every opportunity. The optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." Well, there's something caught my attention. I didn't see it on national network news, but I did see it on the local news this morning. They were showing clips of yesterday's Super Bowl ads, and there was one that really startled me because I'm a healer, and I think every healer needs to know mind, body, spirit connection is, it's like your basic building block there, and how precious the mind is. And back in the 50s, when television was just starting out, uh, I remember movies. I grew up in New York City, right outside New York City, where there's a lot of really cold, long winters, and I can't remember now. Yeah, it's like my whole childhood was in the movie house. Movies, movies, movies. Just couldn't get enough of movies, and early. They would have advertisers, corporations, the evil in them. Um, if they were selling hot dogs or popcorn, they'd have these split-second little ads, and then people would be, "Gabby, we're busy, darling." We'd be watching. This is just a 15-minute little ad, little thing here. So you'd be watching the movie, and then during the intermission, uh, you I gotta have popcorn because they've been showing you like buttered popcorn. Uh, yeah, later, Gabby. Buttered popcorn or an ice cream sundae, and then after the movies, they're selling ice cream sundaes. And well, the powers that be, the controlling powers, said no. This is subliminal. They outlawed it. They outlawed it until yesterday. Just when you think that it couldn't have gotten any worse, every day, even without Trump, there's another low, and it's just happened one. But I believe this is the start of, okay, I'll say it, and then you draw your own conclusions. There's this company that bought a few seconds in another company's ad because multi-million dollars, it's like your mind spins the money they spend on these Super Bowl ads. They're that powerful. They know once you get into someone's subconscious, you got them. That's why they outlawed subliminal stuff. Well, this one ad, this one company, Reddick or something, they bought a few seconds of another big ad. And people are watching this ad. So I'm watching the local news and they're going over this. And the woman, she just wants to get in there and get her pay and go home. She's been on this channel for like 20 something years. She's almost reached retiring age. I love her. So she don't want to make waves, She's not going to follow John Lewis and cause necessary trouble. So she's just delivering the news. And they're watching this ad, and then all of a sudden they go, "What was that?" For a few seconds, you see these horses running wild, and it's by this red book. I don't know what it's called. It begins with red. I don't even have a cell phone. I'm a throwback. I'm 72. I'm on a different frequency, but that's another story. So this is what's going on. And the woman says, she's, they're having this little banter between the co-hosts of this morning local show here in San Francisco on Channel 4. And I like these people as a man of color. Dave Clark. I mean, how could you not like the Dave Clark 5? Every time I see him is Dave Clark. I love you, Dave, if you're watching. And Pam Cook, I believe her name is. So Pam looks at Dave and says, my daughter said to me, wow, Redbook. So the kids are they're already bought whatever Redbook sell, whatever Reebok, whatever they're doing there. So it was out of the park. And I just watched my favorite Gayle King, Oprah's girlfriend there, and they were having this woman go through all the ads. And I don't believe, unless I turned my back when they were doing that one, but they did not. I don't believe they're going like maybe this didn't happen, but it happened. And believe me, Rust never sleeps. Well, there's Madam Gabby. Hello, Gab. Hi, honey. Well, it's good to see you. Did you come over to say hello? Oh, yeah, the Aquarius new moon. Today is the 8th, so it's Thursday here on the West Coast, 11:05 a.m. Plant a seed. And look for Jupiter and Venus, the two most wonderful planets, expansion, love, happiness, all kinds of successes. Look for 12 degrees Aquarius or 12 degrees any air in your chart. Libra, Gemini. It's got to be, this one is particularly air. But it works for everybody, whatever house you're in. If it's anywhere on 12 degrees, then it might be forming some kind of an aspect you don't know about. But I feel that this is all about planting new seeds. And we still have a few more minutes. Remember, you are a creative being of infinite power. Yeah, so the show I did, please send it, feel free. It's on YouTube. It's where I connected all the dots and realized this reporter there, they're honoring Phil Batar there, ran for me. I still think it's humorous, but the fact is, despair is a narcotic. It lulls the mind into indifference. So I don't want to state these facts to create despair and hopelessness in you. I just want you to get when you should be angry, but I don't want you to guilty anger turn to an ulcer or something. Like Gandhi said, his anger fuels his protest, his nonviolent protest. And I don't hate anyone. To hate someone, first you could only hate what you once loved. I never loved Donald Trump. I love democracy, and I totally come close to hating anybody that stomps over what people died for. Okay, so. Oh yeah, I started a nice little positive quote here. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Oh, and George Carlin, I found. Oh yeah, of course, I wanted to start off with this. George Carlin said, "Just because you got the monkey off your back doesn't mean the circus left town." Ain't no circus and I don't need a clown. Yes, your cash ain't nothing but trash. Yeah, so we've really still got a lot of work to do because the Republican Party is still full of is the circus that's in town. If someone kidnapped your child and sold them. Where would you want to put up a statue to that person? Think about that. Think about that. When you got nothing else to ponder, you're nice sitting in front of the sink. Picture that. Picture that little saying there. If someone kidnapped my bird, oh no, she's my child. I believe everybody, all these young people around me, they're all my children. I love them. I love them. Work on your character defects. Uh, but at the same time, when you throw out a lot of people, they throw out the best part of themselves. You got to know which ones you want to hang on to, which ones are not harmless, which ones are actually fun, Because I was thinking the other day about, I mentioned to somebody dyking around, and an enemy of democracy, who used her out lesbianism. And as I said, I was thinking, God, I should have used like maybe lipstick lesbian. But then again, people don't like labels. But yet, people are always asking me when I report something, can you describe the person? Like the other day, this guy was having a mental breakdown in the park across the street from me. I thought it was my civic duty, he needed help. He was having a total, all by himself. He was having a battle and was screaming and big guy, and I said to the non-emergency number, that this guy is off his meds and he's really, needs help. Could you compassionately, have someone who knows what they're doing, get him to where he can get some help? And of course, they asked me to describe him, like, oh, God. Me, I said, as we're talking, this guy's suffering. Just get him some help. But anyway, she asked me his age. And I said, being an old queen is like Vera and and Auntie Mame. How old are you, Vera? The truth. She goes, how old do you think? Somewhere between 40 and death. So the non-emergency number said, how old is he? And I said, somewhere between 40 and death. I don't know. He's sick. Then I said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. Yeah. So, the advertising ads have their foot on the accelerator. They're pulling out all the stops now. They know something's in the air besides the atmosphere. We got Jupiter in Aquarius, and then next year we got 2 years of Pluto. So we're this 200 years of Earth. We only have 3 minutes left. I'll definitely make another video because I have an exercise for all you psychic students. Well, actually, you still have 3 minutes. I could probably do it. Okay. Stephen Arroyo wrote a book in 2013. I love him. And at one part, an astrologer, he says something about Carl Sagan not being a friend of anything metaphysical. He's all about, in which the same Neil deGrasse Tyson is all about, science is wrong. Science is our answer. Without anything else, mystical, very anti-Carl Jung, who said the only thing that can cure addicts is a mystical experience. Einstein even said that. All the great minds said that, except Carl Sagan, pushing his scientism down the throats of everybody. Well, and I keep on saying, he's back in the form of Neil deGrasse Tyson, a charismatic, they gotta be charismatic, and this time he's a man of color. And if you think I'm wrong, he mentions here his sarcastic tendency. His sarcastic voice reveals even more clearly than the script his bias against religion. He goes on and on about anything spiritual. I'm not religious, but I'm totally spiritual. But the fact is we got one more minute. Get old YouTube videos of Carl Sagan on any talk show, from Jack Part or Johnny Carson, and he didn't do a show without putting, and you could see how he gets really sarcastic. And then look at some recent videos of Neil deGrasse Tyson on any of the contemporary talk shows. from Corbett to all of them, and when they come to this topic of UFOs, extraterrestrials, psychics, he has the same. You can't change certain characteristics we bring in from a past incarnation, and that's a dead giveaway. We're seeing that's Carl Sagan in this form of Neil deGrasse Tyson. So Neil, you're back. I don't know what we're gonna do with you, honey. Hopefully, this one you'll be woken up. You'll be enlightened in this one. Okay. It was fun. Hope you got something out of this. I love you. Namaste. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick a quick card for y'all. Ooh, yeah. All the angels think you. Oh, love that you're working with them. Yeah. Temperance. Temperance steel is stronger steel. Knowledge is power. And I love you. Thank you for listening. Say goodbye, Gary.